was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, race fans, we are live from Fairbury, American Legion Speedway once again tonight. The World of Thunder iRacing Series is the dirtfan.com. Super late models. We are live on the front page of iRacing.com. So if you tell your friends out there, we are in for one hell of an evening tonight here at Fairbury. 60 cars on hand tonight, and they are the best of the best. Chris Nunn alongside Zach Newton. Zach, this is going to be great.
Good to be here for the nightcap, Chris, and we are in for a scorcher. Hashtag falls. You know what that means. It's time to get a little wild here in Illinois.
Out to get fallsy here as we take a look at Chase Hardy, and good looking car. I don't know who the hell designed that thing, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd like to think it looks okay myself there. We got another guy taking time here is Blake Murray. Blake Murray, sponsored by Redline. You see him pausing there on the track after finishing his lap, a 12.814. Alex Bergeron currently on top of the leaderboard. You see Kendall Tucker there in second. Here's Zach McSwain coming in 10th. We are seeing some scorcher laps. Here's John Ruggiero Jr. makes time, Chris. And what are we in for tonight if the folks aren't super familiar with Fairbury? And granted, I don't know how you couldn't be in this.
Oh, I'm telling you what, we're going to see some great racing action here. Slide jobs galore. Qualifying is over, and it is Alex Big Bucks Bergeron, your fastest qualifier of the evening here in the dirtfan.com. Super late models, 12.509. Kendall Tucker second, Evan C. third, Hayden Cardwell fourth, Brandon Proudfoot fifth. Points leader, Kevin Dedman, run sixth, Devin Morgan seventh, Blake Cannon eighth, James Edens at ninth, and Jack rounds out the field. Tell you what, we had some drivers that did not get to make it in tonight. That are some heavy hitters that just did not get in time.
Yeah,
Take a look at your yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, we want to thank Todd Hook for the 100 stars. He's one of the drivers that did not make the call here. Blake Majulis will also miss out on the show. That's 60 car capacity on these servers is brutal. As we go to our dirtfan.com super late model first heat, Chris, take it away.
On the pole, we're going to see Alex Big Bucks Bergeron in the number 12 machine. Outside of him, it's Devin Morgan in 112 starting second.
Row number 2 is Adam Elby starting third in the 74 entry, West Coast driver. It is outside Tanner Tomasi, the man of many colors, in the 09.
Row 3 on the inside, Blake Murray, 79. And on the outside of him starting sixth, going to be Dylan Rafferty in 46.
$1 Million Motorsports Terrell Payne in the 51 rolls 7th. The 32 of John Bragman driving out of New York rolls 8th.
And starting 9th on the grid, we're going to see Chase Hardy in that good-looking number 49 machine. Outside of him, Hunter Wright in the number 31 machine out of Indiana.
6 heats tonight for you from Fairbury. Going to take, I believe, the top 3 cars out of each one of those as you see the licenses on the track. Chase Hardy just starting on the iRacing server. He's got a rookie license, and then there's 4 World Championship drivers. So we're really covering our bases here. But Hardy, younger brother of I believe is Lucas Series now driver, Kyle Hardy, is he's no stranger to dirt racing, Chris.
Yeah, Kyle Hardy, he's actually not running any one of the national leagues right now. He's just picking and choosing where he wants to race in the Southeast. But wherever he shows up, he is a force to be reckoned with, is Kyle Hardy. But we're going to see how Chase does in this heat race. As we are underway here at heat race number 1 in dirtfan.com. Super late models here at hashtag Falls. Yeah, it's going to be Alex Bergeron taking the lead out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Devin Morgan in second.
beacon of forces to be reckoned with. You're looking at two of them running first and second here. Alex Bergeron, a former world champion, out in front in the 12, and then Devin Morgan closely behind him in the 112. You got Adam Elby, Tanner Tomasi behind him. Elby's holding down that third transfer spot.
Out of turn number 4, Alex Bergeron continues to lead. How about this? We're going to take a look here at the point standings just real quick. 1 point separates first and second, Dedmon and Cardwell. How about that? And only 11 points separates first through fourth. This is how good this league is, folks.
Yeah, they are. And this is an open setup league. These guys are building their own setups, or their teams are building setups, and that's how you get competitive. And it's all about turning laps. And Bergeron, who does this full time, this is his job, ladies and gentlemen, is definitely turning more laps than just about any other driver, save Blake Majulis and maybe a couple others here on iRacing. And it's paying dividends for him as he is walking away with a heat race win right now.
That's why I call him Alex Big Bucks Bergeron, because he knows exactly what to do when it comes to iRacing. If you could parlay it into a full-time job and make money off of it, then you're doing something right.
Absolutely, and he's looking comfortable out front. 2 to go in this heat race. It's Bergeron, Morgan, Elby, and Tomasi right now, your top 4. Again, we only take, though, the top 3, so Tomasi's on the outside looking in right now. He'll go to the front of a B main. You can see Blake Murray is also on the outside looking in. Alex Bergeron very comfortable in this very tacky Fairbury racetrack.
Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway for the final time. Here into turn number 3, Alex Bergeron running the low side of the racetrack to victory. He'll take the win in heat race number 1. Devin Morgan comes home second, and Adam Elby is going to transfer to tonight's main event in that third spot. So good drivers not making it through the heat races so far.
Well, we saw
20 World Championship drivers on average is what we have signed in every week here on World of Thunder. How about that? Alex Bergeron, your winner. Devin Morgan, second. Adam Elby, third. There's Tomasi, Murray, Rafferty, Payne, Wright, Hardy, and Bragman rounding out the top 10. Ultimate TV starting lineup for heat race number 2, Zach, right now.
Kendall Tucker on the pole out of Carolina. It says 27, but he's in the 00 machine. Blake Cannon to his outside out of Georgia in the 44.
Row number 2 on the inside is John Ruggiero Jr. in that dirt-on-dirt machine. Outside of him, starting 4th, it'll see Andrew Hawkins in 224.
James Ambrosius in the 14th will roll off 5th. Australia's Joel Berkeley, the owner of Slick Sim Sports, he'll roll off 6th.
Row number 4 on the inside, Noah Gardner in the 22 out of Carolina, and outside of him, Tanner Folds Racing 15, that'll be Tanner Folds.
Anthony Hansen for Team Outlaw Motorsports in the 21 starts 9th. His outside shotgun on the field, the 24 of Chase Collins.
All right, getting set to take another 3 cars to tonight's main event. 3 World Championship drivers in this one, Kendall Tucker, Blake Cannon, and Joel Berkeley representing the pros.
All right, so Kendall Tucker and Blake Cannon, certainly the class of the field, not to take away from Ruggiero, Hawkins, or Joel Berkeley back there a little bit in the 49 machine. But it's going to be tough to get around Kendall Tucker starting on the poles. We are underway. They're hard on the loud pedal and hard down the front straightaway. Kendall Tucker to the inside. He slides up the racetrack. Cannon crosses over, looks around the bottom. He's going to hold off. He's going to stay in second, and Kendall Tucker looks like he'll lead lap 1 off of turn 4.
And caution is out on the racetrack here in heat race number 2. So we're going to go yellow here as the field will roll and find out at the pace car. Take a look at your Wicked Cushionista replay. Check out Tanner Folds and Joel Berkeley and find out what happened between those two. You
can see Berkeley looks like, he gets bottled up there, and then he collects Tanner Folds as he bounces off the wall. And that is unfortunate for both of these drivers.
Yeah, that initial contact with Ruggiero right there. That was Ambrosius. Yeah, that was Ambrosius. Ambrosius got into Ruggiero, sending him sideways right there, and then looks like, had nowhere to go.
Yeah, unfortunate if you're Tanner Folds and that nice-looking 15 machine. A lot of damage there. We'll have to see if they can get back out there and stay competitive.
All right, light's going to go back out. Green flag is back out. Yeah, and about to tag that Ute tire coming out of turn number 4 is Blake Cannon in that second spot. Ruggiero in that dirt-on-dirt number 44 machine running in the third spot. Caution is out yet again.
Yeah, we've seen several guys have less than ideal encounters with those Ute tires. They don't give at all. I don't know what they have inside them here at Fairbury. Sometimes it's concrete. I mean, there's any number of things. We go to our Wicked Cushion replay. And you see Ambrosius just get on the pedal just a little too hard, and that makes a mess behind him.
And there you see Berkeley getting upside down again. I tell you what, he's just having a rough time in this heat race so far.
Yeah, that's the Slick Sim Sport driver not enjoying himself here at all.
I believe we're going on board.
Oh, we're going to go on board. Here's a roller coaster ride, folks, for you, free of charge. And that's not the angle you want to see Fairbury from.
No, I believe Joel Berkeley's fun meter is pegged for this one.
Absolutely. He is stuck on 0 fun. Thanks to the folks at Wicked Cushion. Sponsoring our instant replays as we get ready to go back under green here. It's still Kendall Tucker out front, Blake Cannon in second as we come to the green flag to get this one back underway.
All right, out of turn number 4, bringing this back out. Into turn 1 and 2 they go, and caution is out yet again here in heat race number 2.
Well, this is just pug ugly, Chris. Nothing else to say about it.
Yeah, no offense to you pug owners out there who have dogs, but caution's still out.
On. You don't love a pug because it's cute. You love a pug because it's got personality. It's like me and you, Chris.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, well, it's a technical term.
So we got Fairbury here on the screen, and on my other screen, I have the 1992 Prairie Dirt Classic playing in the background.
It's a very any reason why you chose 92 while we're under caution here?
Because it's Fairbury and it's vintage. That's why.
Okay, I can handle that. Fairbury just has a very vintage vibe to it. It's a fairgrounds track. It's the main straightaway grandstand. You can't really see from our camera vantage point. If we go back to the wide shot, there's an old a disused horse track between the main grandstand. You can see it from here and the front straightaway, so you almost lose the front straightaway from the grandstand.
Front stretch is not where you want to sit if you're at Fairbury. We're taking a look here. The wall kind of blocks your way, as does the tower and flagstand. Backstretch is the place to be. They call them the backstretch rowdies, is what the mayor of Fairbury, Mike Norris, calls it.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mike Norris as we are under green flag once again here. 5 laps in the books, just 3 to go in this one. Kendall Tucker comfortably out front over Blake Canton, John Ruggiero Jr. in third, that final transfer spot. Andrew Hawkins, James Ambrosius would like to say something about it, but it looks like right now Hawkins may run out of time here. He's gapping out a little bit, and Ambrosius is starting to give him the business back there for 4th place, and that's going to help Ruggiero stay nice and comfortable there in third.
Here they come down the front straightaway. 2 laps remaining. They'll see the white flag coming up this time by Kendall Tucker, Blake Cannon, John Ruggiero Jr. in that third and final transfer spot, sitting comfortably as the white flag flies. Final time around, heat race number 2.
Kendall Tucker going to just walk away with this one. He's going to win this one comfortably unless some sort of force of nature happens. But Cannon and Ruggiero Jr. Close to being side by side there, but not quite enough time, I don't think. Chris, give us the results.
Kendall Tucker was your winner here in DirtFan.com Super Late Model Heat Race number 2. Second place, Blake Cannon. Third and final transfer spot goes to John Ruggiero Jr. Then it was Hawkins, Ambrosius, Folds, Berkeley, Collins, Hanson, and Garner, rounding out the top 10. Ultimate Dirt TV starting lineup for Heat Race number 3 coming up. And on the pole, we're going to see Victory Lane Racing's Evan C. in the 33. Outside of him, he's one of the best in the business in iRacing. It is James Edens in 52, starting second.
Chris, you want to keep running this? My video has frozen.
Row number 2 on the inside, Adam Hommerding in the 42 machine. He'll start third. Outside of him, Chris Fisher in the number 48 machine. Row 3 on the inside, Daniel Passmore. He'll start 5th. Outside of him, hopefully not running the Wesley Outland theme tonight, it'll be Ryan Underwood in the 55. Row number 4 on the inside, Jimmy Emery in the 4. Outside of him, James Grace in 269. Row number 5, we'll see Isaac Kimmer in 6, and the Queen of Dirt, Mama herself, Jennifer Hans, sitting in at 11th position.
So Evan C. and James Eden, a star-studded front row here in this one. Then Hommerding, Fisher, Passmore, and Ryan Underwood in the 46, not in the Wesley Outland Express for this one this evening. That is his open-wheel modified wrap. He's in his regular 46.
Looks like a pretty good looking number 46 machine with white and purple numbers as we roll into turn number 1 and 2. Evan C. going to slide up. James Eden's going to try to put it out to where you can't put a race car. He's going to slide her down to the inside. Out of turn, number 4. Who's going to lead lap number 1? It's going to be James Edens by half a car length.
Edens gets a great run off of 4, and he is going to lead that lap. Hommerding and Fisher side by side. Great fights up front. Underwood currently on the outside looking in, trying to run the high side. He scrapes the wall just a little bit. That's going to slow him down. Meanwhile, James Edens definitely has Evan C. clear. C checks up behind him. They'll both run the high side. You're going to see C dive maybe a little bit low under Edens as we come into turn 3.
Yeah, the turn number 4 is still James Edens out front. And Evan C. sits in that second spot. Chris Fisher and Adam Hommerding trading that 3rd and 4th spot back and forth. I love the way Chris Fisher's car looks, by the way, that F5 machine.
A sharp-looking race vehicle, no doubt. Ryan Underwood drives low. They're going to look close to 3 wide, not quite there for it. Down the back straightaway. It's all James Edens out front, Evan C. in second.
So Edens in 52, Evan C. in 33, and Chris Fisher in the browser refresh in the 3rd spot. I hope you got that.
There we go. I did. F5 is the button that refreshes your browser, kids. It's not quite Alt F4, which is how you close an iRacing server when you're grumpy and you've parked it in the infield after you wind up on your lid. It's James Edens out front, Evan C. in second, Chris Fisher, Adam Hommerding, Ryan Underwood, your top 5. Jimmy Emery back there in 6, James Grace, Jennifer Hans, Daniel Passmore, and Kemmerer. The rest of your lineup as we take the white flag, 1 to go.
So no rage quitting for you, huh? No Alt F4s?
Oh, no. You finish what you start, Chris. That's rule number 1.
That's right, out of turn 4, James Edens will pick up the win. Evan C. in that second spot. Chris Fisher comes home in that 3rd and final transfer position here in heat race number 3 for the DirtFan.com Super Late Models here at Fairbury. We'll take a look at the full field rundown here. We do know it was James Edens, your winner. Evan C. finished the 2nd, Chris Fisher 3rd in that final transfer spot. Then it was Hommerding, Underwood, Emery, Grace, Hans, Passmore, and Kimmerer rounding out the field. Ultimate TV starting lineup for Heat Race 4 coming up.
All right, here it is on the pole is Hayden Cardwell, your winner of the Grace Productions UMP Modified's earlier 2nd place in the Next Level Designs Pro Late Model. Zach McSwain will start outside him in P2.
Winner on the national tour in an upset on the opening night, it was Drew Hopkins in the 157. He'll start 3rd. Outside of him, Jarrett Murphy out of Indiana in 53.
Joshua Hessen in the 118 rolls off in 5th. James Ray in the 00 will go 6th.
Row number 4 on the inside, it's Matt Dixon in 96. Outside of him, John Ruby Jr. running in 9 in the 8th position.
And your 5th row, Dakota Isley in the 2 machine. It says 54, but that is not what his car is labeled as. Matt Martin in the 47 will roll off shotgun on the field. In DirtFan.com Super Late Models heat number 4.
Top 3 getting set to go. A licenses in there, Cardwell, McSwain, and Hopkins in this one. So 12 World Championship drivers so far in 4 heat races, and we still got 2 more to go.
Yeah, this is a star-studded field. It's one of the reasons that World of Thunder has become one of the premier iRacing leagues, and it's the best place to spend your Sunday nights. We thank you for being here with us. You see Hayden Cardwell in that brand new Kryptonite Super Late Model on the front row. You got Drew Hopkins and the Bloomquist behind him, and we are ready for a show in this one as Cardwell will bring them to green.
Out of turn number 4, green flag is out, and here we go. It is Hayden Cardwell immediately jumping to the lead. Out of turn number 2, it's Drew Hopkins and Zach McSwain. Down the back straightaway, side by side for 2nd and 3rd. Jarrett Murphy sitting back there in 4th, watching it happen as McSwain got sideways coming out of turn 4.
McSwain gets sideways, and that opens the door for Hopkins to take sole control of 2nd place. McSwain's got his handful with Jared Murphy and Joshua Hessen back there. It's all Hayden Cardwell out front. You see Hopkins come up off the bottom. That's rare for him. And he knows it's the only way he's going to keep it in front of McSwain. He can't afford to run the bottom right now. McSwain tries the crossover out of turn 2, and they're single file down the back straightaway.
Out of turn number 3 and 4, Cardwell, Hopkins, and McSwain still running 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Caution is out on the racetrack. Yellow flag will fly for the first time here in heat race number 4.
And Hopkins and McSwain were very close as they came to the restart. We'll have to go to timing and scoring to get that straightened out as we go to our Wicked Cushion instant replay. And it looks like we're focused here on... This is the James Ray entry, the 00, and he collects He hit them all, Chris. I think there's 3 Uke tires over there, and I think he hit all 3 of them. Let's go back to the replay. Is it a bingo? He's real close to the first one. He's already way more sideways than you want to be. There's one.
There's one.
And then he definitely hit this one. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
every bit of 2. He's got the double and 3. There it is. You slide. That's commitment to the bit when you slide to the third yoke tire on the roof of the car.
He's taking his nickname seriously, the Flying Farmer.
That's how you get there. Flying, certainly not the way you want to get there, as Hayden Cardwell will bring the field to green flag here with 4 laps in the books. So we're crossing over the halfway stripe here. And Cardwell comfortably out front. Hopkins, again, you see running that high line, not where he'd like to be right now. Unfortunately, that's just the way Fairbury is. You almost have to go high. McSwain looking for room underneath Hopkins. He's going to find some. They're side by side. There's some contact.
Into turn number 1 and 2. McSwain slider on Hopkins. Hopkins dives back underneath, down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 2 laps remaining this time for your leader, Hayden Cardwell. To roll down the front straightaway. That battle is for second. Keep an eye on Jarrett Murphy as he makes contact with Hopkins. They get sideways, and here comes Murphy now to the inside.
Well, Murphy looking to pounce after Hopkins. They make contact. Murphy gets a good run off the bottom of 4. White flag lap here. This is a battle. This is the battle worth watching.
Now to turn 4. It's going to be Hayden Cardwell, your winner. Zach McSwain's going to come home second. Third place. The line's going to go to Drew Hopkins. And a barn burner there for that third and final transfer spot between Hopkins and Murphy.
And, it's going to go to the Rockcastle Rocket as we give you our DirtFan.com Super Late Models full field rundown. Hayden Cardwell taking the win. Zach McSwain and Drew Hopkins will go straight to the A. Murphy, Hessen, Dixon, Isley, Ray, Ruby, and Matt Martin head to the B mains.
Ultimate Dirt TV starting lineup for heat race number 5. Brandon Proudfoot will be your pole sitter in the 49, and outside of him, Blake Brown in 30. He'll start second.
Trent Ivey rolls off third in the 88. Outside of him, Cole Duggar in the 38 for Team Outlaw Motorsports.
Row number 3 on the inside. It's Dustin Hall in the 331 machine, and outside of him, the man who fears Brett. It's Dustin Sizemore in the 011 machine.
Brett's the only thing Sizemore's afraid of, and if something bad's happened to you in the last 6 months, it was probably Sizemore's fault. Rolling off 7th is the 44 Brett New. To his outside, the 59 of Carolina's Jesse Wall.
And 5th and final row, we'll see Landon Capps in the 521 machine, and outside of him, rounding out the field, the 5 machine of Kevin Williamson. Good to see the little head knocker in the house, Trent Ivey. As we see Blake Brown and Brandon Proudfoot, the 2 pro drivers in this one, so I believe that makes 14.
You're keeping score at home. That's the World Championship they run, I believe it's 35 drivers. You correct me if I'm wrong on that. 30, 35, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's 35 drivers and more than half of them in attendance here tonight. That's one of the reasons, again, World of Thunder is one of the premier iRacing dirt leagues. As we get underway here, Proudfoot and Brown will lead them to green. And Ivey, what a dive there by the third place runner, Trent Ivey.
Trent Ivey trying to work his way in. He's into that 3rd spot, though. Blake Brown, contact between Brown and Ivey. Ivey has to hit the binders. Cuts up on the tricycle there as Dustin Hall now moves into the 2nd spot.
Dustin Hall into 2nd. Sizemore into 3rd. Blake Brown got his hands full there in that 2nd spot. He's going to pull back past Sizemore. Trent Ivey takes 4th back. This is a battle. They're all over the place. This track is apparently defying a lot of people's expectations. Sizemore gets into Ivey just a little bit. He's going to get crossed up and straighten it out. Dive underneath him down the back straightaway into turn 3.
We've got a crazy race brewing here in heat race number 5 as Trent Ivey gets sent into the wall coming out of turn number 4. As he is going to be out of this one. He'll have to try his hand in one of the B mains. Proudfoot, Hall, and Blake Brown currently your top 3 as we're going to just past halfway.
Sizemore's got his hands full back there with Landon Capps and Cole Duggar. Meanwhile, out front, Brandon Proudfoot looking confident. Dustin Hall in 2nd, a little bit of a gap back to Blake Brown before you get to Sizemore.
Oh, and look out. It's Blake Brown up into the wall. It's going to allow Sizemore to kind of close in on him just a little bit. He's going to sit back there in the 4th spot. It's Sizemore.
Well, we talked to Sizemore a little bit before the race, and he is not the kind of guy to sit idly back and race for points or try to get a good spot in the B main. He wants to get into the big show, and he'll do what it takes with 2 laps to go as we are in for a treat at the end of this one as Capps and Sizemore are side by side for 4th.
Out of turn number 4, Proudfoot takes the white flag. Dustin Hall behind him, Blake Brown in that 3rd position. Sizemore running back in 4th, but down the back straightaway for the final time here in heat race number 5, tiptoeing across the bottom of the racetrack. It is going to be Proudfoot picking up the win. Dustin Hall second, and Blake Brown takes that third and final transfer spot.
So a great race for Brandon Proudfoot. He'll move on along with Dustin Hall as we get to our DirtFan.com Super Late Model Full Field Rundown here for Heat 5.
It's going to be Brandon Proudfoot taking the win, Dustin Hall second, Blake Brown third in that final transfer spot. Sizemore, Caps, Wall, Duggar, Williamson, New, and Ivy rounding out the field. Sixth and final heat race coming up. Take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting lineup.
On the pole, the points leader in the Orange Blossom Special, number 0, that's Kevin Dedman. At his outside, Dylan Wilson, the first time we've seen him tonight here in the DirtFan.com Super Late Models.
Run number 2 on the inside. Driver having a good night tonight so far in all the divisions. Davin Cardwell in that third position. He'll start third outside of him. And fourth, Dylan Hauser in 2.
Bryson Banks will roll off fifth in the 29 entry to his outside, Wesley Gwaltney in the 80.
Indiana's Jack Wrights will run 7th in the 777. Outside him, starting 8th, Thomas Suttles in the 05.
It's Jack Weaver in the Mid-South Dirt Slingers, number 34, rolling off 9th and shotgun on the field for the evening. He's TNT, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Johnson in the 121.
We cannot run out of ACDC jokes.
Oh, we won't.
I mean, he is 18 total World Championship drivers tonight. So well over half of the World Championship drivers are here tonight.
I believe the top 4, all members of that World Championship fraternity. Kevin Dedman will lead lap 1. Well, it will start the field off in the lead, but Dylan Wilson is hot on his tail. And Wilson looks to the inside to 3 and 4. Chris, take it from there.
Side by side at the line, almost Kevin Dedman, still your leader. Dylan Wilson sitting in that second spot. Here's Dylan Hauser now to the third spot. So a pair of Dylans running second and third, and Hauser just put Wilson into the wall.
Oh, Hauser absolutely stuck Wilson. We are under caution here for the first time in Heat 6. Working lap number 3. We go to the Wicked Cushion Instant Replay.
I mean, there was no way to sugarcoat that. He just put him in the wall. That's all you can say. Just watch.
Yeah, you see Hauser drives hard to the inside, and I respect the commitment, but he's borderline straightening out in the middle of that corner. I don't know how else you thought that was going to go, but Dylan Wilson's heat race, he's going to keep it on all 4s, but just barely. And I would look for Hauser to probably pick up the cursory EOL there, Chris.
Yeah, Dylan Hauser may get the no-no flag here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As you see on board with Dylan Wilson.
Trying to look at Dylan Hauser's wheels to see if they were turning another way to try to keep from doing it, but I don't think they moved. They were locked left.
So here's Kevin Dedman leading the field to the green flag with Davin Cardwell looking to his inside.
Oh, we got one around on the start.
Have to go to our Wicked Cushion Instant Replay and see who the culprit is this time.
Looks like it was Brian Johnson getting turned around on the start in the 121 machine. Reed's got him right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not a great start for Johnson, and Reed's absolutely dumped him.
Dylan Wilson was able to make it around out of there. So you see the back of the 777 machine, it says Dunn got yeeted, and that's exactly what the 777 did to Brian Johnson.
Yeah, no other way to describe that. That was a full force yeeting, Chris.
It was, yeah, that was straight yeet right there.
We are on board here looking at the 777 machine, and yeah, he just gets up under Brian Johnson and just parks under there.
Well, the Yeet Wagon got him one there, so we'll back it away here. Green flag is out. Kevin Dedman, Davin Cardwell, Wesley Gwaltney as we are on board with Kevin Dedman there for a split second. Here comes Davin Cardwell now to the inside, trying to slide job on Kevin Dedman down the front straightaway.
Cardwell pushes Dedman up the track. Unfortunately, he's not going to get enough run off the corner there. He's going to look to his outside down the back straightaway, but Dedman's holding on. Dedman has his hands full, though, Cardwell looks to the inside. He's going to get a great run off before they're side by side. It's a drag race down the front stretch. Advantage stays Kevin Dedman.
Out of turn number 2 down that back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, still Dedman, Cardwell, Waltney down the front straightaway. Still the top 3.
Yeah, these two up front are putting on an absolute show. Waltney's content to cruise back there, but he's going to have a mirror full of Dylan Wilson, and Wilson has taken third spot. They're side by side and battling for that. We've got a battle out front for the lead right now. Wilson moves into third place.
Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dedman down the back stretch for the final time. Cardwell and Wilson 1, 2, and 3. Cardwell going to try one last ditch effort, but not able to make the move. Kevin Dedman, your winner, having Cardwell second. Dylan Wilson runs home in that third and final transfer spot.
Wilson comes all the way back from the back of the field to take third place in the final transfer spot as we go to your full field rundown for heat number 6.
Kevin Dedman. Go ahead.
It is Kevin Dedman taking the win, the Orange Blossom Special. Davin Cardwell and Dylan Wilson will take home the other 2 transfer spots out of the heats directly into the A main. Wesley Gwaltney, Jack Wrights, Bryson Banks, Johnson, Hauser, got a little something on my screen. Suttles and Weaver will have to go through the B mains.
Kevin Dedman, your final heat winner. Ultimator TV starting lineup for B main number 1. Tanner Tomasi will be on the pole in the 09 machine. Outside of him, Jarrett Murphy in 53.
Blake Murray in the 79 rolling off third. Joshua Hessen in the 118 goes fourth.
Row 3 on the inside, Dylan Rafferty in the 46 machine. Outside of him, Matt Dixon in 96.
Terrell Payne in the $1 Million Motorsport 51 and Dakota Isley in the 54 on your screen. The 2 on the race vehicle goes 8th.
Row 5 on the inside, Hunter Wright, 31 machine. Outside of him, James Ray in the 00 machine.
Rolling off 11th is the Winchester Wildman out of Winchester, Virginia. It's the 49 of Chase Hardy to his outside in 12th. Vanderpool Racing's John Ruby Jr.
And we're going to see in the final row, John Bragman in 32, and outside of him, Matt Martin in 47. Track's been reset, so we're going to give them a couple of laps to turn it loose. We're going to take a small break and be right back with B-Main action coming up.
We are back here at Fairbury. Oh, sorry, Chris. I thought you had stepped away for a second.
Oh, no, I was just waiting for the break to be over. Go ahead, Zach.
I got excited. I don't get to bring us back from commercial very often. I was like, ooh, this is my moment. We're back here at #Falls, Fairbury American Legion Speedway for the DirtFan.com Super Late Model. I am Zach Newton, joined, as always, and it is an honor to be alongside Chris Nunn to call some races as we get ready for our first B main here from Fairbury. And Chris, we're in for a good one here.
Absolutely. B-Main's looking like features here as we have all the best of the best here in the World of Thunder iRacing League. DirtFan.com Super Late Models here tonight. B-Main action coming up. Was it top 2, Brett? Top 2 coming out of these B-Main events here. So there's going to be a lot of unhappy people out of these B-Mains as Tanner Tomasi hits the gas. We are underway here at B-Main number 1.
Tanner Tomasi gets a great start. He's off to the races. Jarrett Murphy looking good on the 25 machine. Big Murph out in a second. He's going to look to the high side. Blake Murray, you see Joshua Hessen throwing a haymaker there into 3 and 4. Murph looks to the inside of Tomasi. He might have the spot here. Tomasi gets a great run, but it absolutely belongs to Jarrett Murphy. Tanner Tomasi, Josh Hessen, and Blake Murray, your top 4.
Out of turn number 4, Jarrett Murphy. Second, Joshua Hessen in that third spot. Blake Murray runs in third now as they try to trade their shot back and forth down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4.
Murphy looking very fast out front in that yellow number 25. Big Murph on the go pedal, and he is trying to pull away, run away, and hide with this one. Tanner Tomasi's about to have his hands full with Blake Murray, who's running third. Joshua Hessen in fourth, front 4 single file, but we've got a caution on the speedway.
All right, Murphy and Tomasi, 1 and 2 caution. First caution here in this B main event here, and hopefully cautions are not breeding cautions.
Yeah, we had a wide open 5-lap run there, and then we're going to see a little caution action here as we take a break. Do we have a Wicked Cushion instant replay, Brett? Dylan Rafferty and Terrell Payne going to bring out the caution as we go to the Wicked Cushion instant replay. Always love to see the folks at Wicked Cushion. Yeah, you see contact back there, closer to the back of the field.
Yeah, we're starting to wad them up already. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 cars involved there. Hopefully that Chase Hardy wreck didn't get damage.
Yeah, I'd hate to be the sheet metal guy that has to unfold that after this. But it looks like he got through okay, as did a couple other guys back there. You see the Keystone Light sponsored number 31 entry. So yeah, we are getting ready to go back green here, and we are underway. Jarrett Murphy on the restart. He's gonna have Tanner Tomasi almost directly to his outside. He slides up in front of him. They're 4 wide for the lead as Hessen inserts his nose into the business along with Blake Murray.
Out of turn number 4, Tomasi and Murphy still trading the top spot back and forth. Murphy, Hessen, look out, contact, and around goes Hessen. Straightens it back out, but man, I tell you what, issues there as Tanner Tomasi ends up falling back a ton of spots. It's Murphy and Blake Murray now running 1 and 2.
Yeah, those 2 transfer spots highly sought after. Hunter Wright there in the 31, Dylan Rafferty in the 46 behind them. Rafferty going to throw a slider on the 31. He's going to clear him. He gets crossed over. Wright holds on to 3rd place, but they're on the outside looking in. They got to catch Blake Murray if they want to go to the A-Main and compete here at the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Series. We've got 2 laps to go this time by.
Turn 4 down the front straightaway. Less than 2 laps remaining. Out of turn number 2, Murphy is out front. Blake Murray in that 2nd spot. Hunter Wright in the 3rd spot. 1 spot out looking in. He's got to make something happen here as the white flag is out. 1 to go.
Well, Jarrett Murphy has ran away and hid with this one, and Blake Murray has put a handful of time between him and 3rd place. They're going to drive comfortably with the checkered flag in this one. Hunter Wright, Dylan Rafferty, and Josh Hessen, your top 5.
All right, B-Main number 1 is over and done with, and it was. Taking a look at your full field rundown here in B-Main number 1. Jarrett Murphy and Blake Murray taking those top 2 transfer spots. Hunter Wright, Dylan Rafferty, Joshua Hess in your top 5. Then it was Payne, Hardy, Dixon, Tomasi, Isley, Ray, Ruby, Bragman, and Martin rounding out the field.
If you're race control, you've probably got an earful of Tanner Tomasi right now because he can't be happy with the slide job that Hessen threw there. I can't imagine they're having a ton of fun back in the Big Red trailer with this one as we get to B-Main number 2, Chris.
All right, Andrew Hawkins, your pole setter, 224 machine. Outside of him, Dustin Sizemore in the 011 in 2nd.
James Ambrosius rolls off 3rd in the 14th to his outside the 521 of Landon Capps.
Row number 3 on the inside, Tanner Folds in the 15 machine. Outside of him, Jesse Wall in 59. He'll start 6th.
Australia's Joel Berkeley, Mr. Slick Sim Sports himself, is going to roll off 7th to his outside in position number 8th. Coming off a strong showing in the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models is Cole Duggar.
Row number 5 on the inside, Chase Collins, 24. Outside of him, Kevin Williamson in the 5. He'll start 10th.
Anthony Hansen in the 21 and Team Outlaw Motorsport entry rolls off 11th. Outside of him, the 44 of Brent New in 12th.
And starting 13th, Noah Gardner in the 22 machine. And outside of him, the little head knocker, number 88, Trent Ivey, will start 14th. Top 2 transfer to tonight's feature.
We're going to see our couple laps of warm-up here as they work to run the track in. And you heard some drivers, if you watched the Pro Late Model broadcast, talk about how Fairbury tends to get a little one-lane dominant and guys run the outside. So it's possible that you see a lot of guys running the outside and try to slick that lane off, which will make the bottom more competitive until it goes away over the course of the main event here tonight.
Hopefully we don't see a topside dominant racetrack. We need two or three good lines here at Fairbury. Was we talking to Blake Julis earlier on tonight. He said it was a topside dominant, and he wasn't going to get off the top side for anything. So hopefully we'll get a few more grooves, and we get a slide job fest. How about that?
That's always a good time. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So as we get again into our second B main here, Andrew Hawkins is going to lead us to green with Dustin Sizemore. It was probably his fault, to be fair, that the track was just one lane in the last race. He's going to roll off second. We're in for, again, another good show here. Landon Capps, Tanner Foltz, Cole Duggar have all been competitive this evening and some other series. So we're going to have a good time with this one. Chris, why don't you take us to the green flag?
All right, the light's going to go out. Dustin Sizemore, Andrew Hawkins, your front row. James Ambrosius, Andy Caps in row number 2. We'll keep an eye on Tanner Folds and Cole Duggar in row number 3. It's only the top 2 will transfer. Here we go. Underway here in numero dos. Out of turn number 2 they go.
Hawkins out in front comfortably. Ambrosius trying to look low. You're going to see Sizemore. He's going to throw a slider. He collects the nose, parks it right on the front of Hawkins, and we're going to have Bedlam back in the field. But meanwhile, out front, Dustin Sizemore is going to use that slider to his advantage, and he's going to take the lead. Oh, Ambrosius, Caps, Hawkins battling. No. We've got, Hawkins is upside down.
Hawkins upside down in turn number 3 and 4. Tanner Folds also involved as well. Take a look at our Wicked Cushion instant replay and look at exactly what just happened there.
Yeah, you can see it's just chaos on back in the field here. Sizemore out in front of everybody and everything happening behind him. And then you see Hawkins bounce into another vehicle there. And once you get a little loose there, and you're facing the wrong way towards the wall and you start climbing, you're probably going over.
Yeah, and indeed he did. That catch fence did do its job. That is absolutely correct.
You know, I didn't see what happened exactly, but they did have some catch fence problems at Kokomo in the World of Outlaws race. So those iRacing catch fences, well constructed. It's Dustin Sizemore again leading under caution here as we work through lap number 5. The caution, actually, we've gotten in from race control. The caution is Sizemore's fault. That is, we have confirmed that with the officials. It will be probably handled after this race as he's going to lead the field to green right now.
Out of turn 4, green flag back out here. Lane number 2 as it the 2 distinct lines. James Ambrosius trying to find himself into that second and final transfer spot. Keep an eye on Joel Berkeley and Trent Ivey. They have worked themselves up from the back to the front.
Yeah, Trent Ivey started shotgun on the field, and he's up to 5th here at Fairbury American Legion Speedway. And he has got that cut-down line figured out. He is making that happen. He goes hard to the inside of Berkeley, slides up the racetrack just a little bit. Not going to make it stick for 3rd just yet, but it's still very competitive. Meanwhile, out front, they're starting to single file out with Sizemore, Ambrosius, Berkeley, and Ivy, your top 4.
Trent Ivey trying to look down deep inside of turn number 4, trying to get around Bill Berkeley. Can't make the move stick. There's 4 laps remaining here in B main number 2. The top 2 transfer. We're taking a look out of the rear end of James Ambrosius' machine as he has got Berkeley and Ivy duking it out behind him.
Boy, Ivy not afraid to show some Fairbury hospitality, and he gets it right back from Berkeley. They are absolutely throwing right rear quarter panels at each other. A lot of people would tell you that's what these quarter panels are for. This is getting physical, folks.
Wow, here comes Berkeley. I bet he takes him out. Yep. Nope. Almost took himself out.
Well, how you handle situations like that is often where you wind up. Trent Ivey, definitely the winner of that exchange. He's going to ride 3rd right now, but it's all Dustin Sizemore out front. He's got a little bit of a challenge on his hands from James Ambrosius on the white flag lap as we come off of turn 4, but it's not going to matter. Dustin Sizemore to the win.
How about Dustin Sizemore? James Ambrosius going in. Top 2, Trent Ivey. 3rd, 1 spot out looking in after that boxing match he had with Joel Berkeley.
And these B mains are probably leading to a lot of fun in race control, I can tell you that much. Dustin Sizemore, again, your winner in the $1 Million Motorsports entry. James Ambrosius will move on to the A main as well. Ivy, Caps, New, Berkeley, Duggar, Folds, Williamson, Hanson, Hawkins, Wall, Collins, and Garner all transfer to the trailer.
Final B main coming up. We're going to take our final 2 cars here in your Open Good TV starting lineup. Looks like this. Adam Homerton, your pole setter, and the number 42. Outside of him, Wesley Gwaltney, a number 80 machine. He'll start 2nd.
Rolling off 3rd, the Carolina Kid. It's Ryan Underwood, the 46 entry. Outside of him, the 777 of Jack Wrights.
Row 3 on the inside, Jimmy Embry in the 4 machine. And outside of him, Bryson Banks in 29. He'll start 6th.
$1 Million Motorsports driver James Grace in the 269 rolls 7th. Brian Johnson in the 121. He's got big balls rolling off 8th.
Row number 5. We'll see the Queen of Dirt, Mama, Jennifer Hodge. She'll start 11th. Outside of her, keep an eye on him, Dylan Hauser in 2. He'll start 10th.
Daniel Passmore rolls off 11th. He's in car number 8. Thomas Suttles in the 05 goes 12th.
I thought Passmore just won a B main.
No, he did not.
Oh, I must have been confused. That was
Right,
Sizemore.
yeah.
Never mind. Got it mixed up. Passmore and Suttles. Kimmerer. Oh, I get my name.
Hey, don't apologize. It's size. We've pretty well established that he's to blame. Having such an easily confusable last name. You see the couple laps of warm-up these drivers take around here, work the track in just a little bit after we reset it after the heat races, which gives you a little bit better racing. We're going to see, again, another scorcher here in this B main. You're going to get to definitely keep an eye on Dylan Hauser. He's got a long way to go, but if anybody can get there, it's absolutely that number 2 machine.
Gonna take our top 2 out of this one, and we roll here. Tell you what, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Dylan Hauser makes it into the top 2 here.
Well, he's got a handful, and getting around a couple of these guys up front. Wesley Gwaltney, Adam Hommerding, Ryan Underwood, all capable of taking a transfer spot, and they're going to have definitely Jimmy Emery up there can be competitive as well. James Grace, all these guys can definitely sneak away with a transfer spot. So definitely no gifts here for Hauser.
All right, here we go. Number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Here they come down the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4. Adam Hommerding, Wesley Gwaltney, run 1 and 2. Underwood in that third position. Jack Wright's in 4.
And Hommerding out front comfortably. He's going to have his hands full very shortly as Ryan Underwood is hooked up on the cushion and moving forward. We've got Wesley Gwaltney on the bottom, Underwood up top, and then you've got Wrights and Emery side by side, close to hot on the tails of the rest of this field. But Hommerding in that very sharp-looking number 42 catching the light, and oh no, Gwaltney hard into the side of him. He gets bumped up. That's going to move Underwood into second. We've got an absolute battle here. Those two are trading just brutal shots at each other. And
look at
oh dear!
Now the 777 of Jack Wright's up into the catch fence, absolutely getting wiped out and torn apart. Take a look at your wicked cushion instant replay.
To the wicked cushion instant replay, and yeah, you can see Hommerding and Gwaltney had gone back and forth a couple times trading blows, and unfortunately, that's all it takes, and you wind up on the receiving end of something like what Wrights is going to find himself on the receiving end of right here as Emery and Gwaltney stay connected. You see hashtag Sizemore's fault on the spoiler, so you know who the problem is here. But the real benefactor in this one is Ryan Underwood, as he's going to move into second spot.
Ryan Underwood, Carolina kid, trying to find himself into the big show tonight here in the Super Late Models. Didn't run the Modifieds, didn't run the Pro Late Models, but finding himself here in the Supers. So we're going to get ourselves lined up here as we're doing a little bit of bumper tag here under yellow. What just happened?
Not well. Looks like Gwaltney is pulling to the infield. His night is done. Underwood and Hommerding battling for the lead now. Underwood on the high side there. They've got a great battle going on up front as we see if we can get our camera focused on that. There we go. You see a side-by-side battle. Underwood drives low, runs the slider line to the outside of Hommerding. They are just neck and neck here in this one.
Got a turn number 3 and 4. Underwood trying the high side of the racetrack, trying to go down to Hommerding. Underwood, Hommerding, side by side. Daniel Passmore sitting in that third spot, trying to find himself into the show. He's one spot out looking in.
Yeah, we've got a battle on our hands for the lead. Underwood has put a little bit of space on Hommerding, but Hommerding's by no means out of this one yet, because that's not how Fairbury works, folks. If you're within grabbing distance, you can absolutely make a problem for somebody. Daniel Passmore up to third from the close to the back end of this one. Just the benefit of being in the right place at the right time on some of these cautions. Jimmy Emery runs fourth, but it's Hommerding and Underwood side by side for the lead. Chris, take us home.
Out of turn number 4, white flags in the air. They are side by side for the top spot. Passmore trying to put his nose in there. Down the back straightaway. He's got to hope something happens between the top 2 here. Underwood, Hommerding, out of turn number 4. Who's going to take the win at the line? Give it to Underwood by a nose over Hommerding. Passmore third, Emery fourth, and Bryson Banks fifth. Take a look at your full field rundown here in B main number 3. It was your winner by a nose, Ryan Underwood over Adam Hommerding in that second and final transfer spot. Passmore, Emery, Banks, top 5. Zach, feature time.
Yeah, absolutely. We are in for a real spectacle here in this one. I don't know how else to describe what you're going to see at Fairbury American Legion Speedway other than just the whole show is coming at you live right here.
Laps in here as we get set to turn them loose. This is going to be a barn burner right here as by his absence, Blake Majulis not here, didn't get in time. He's one of the big names that did not get into this race. So we're going to have a new winner tonight. We'll see if Hayden Cardwell can get it done.
Well, Cardwell's going to have the benefit of having a much better heat race than he had in the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models. And that's going to help him out tremendously. He's not going to have to fight his way through the pack. He is, however, going to have to deal with the likes of Dylan Wilson and Alex Bergeron and several names that he did not have to deal with in the Pro Late Model event.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a look at our Ultimate Dirt TV starting lineup from the back to the front for tonight's main event here at the DirtFan.com Super Late Models. Once again, Chris Nunn here with you alongside Zach Newton. Starting tail on the field. Starting 23rd, that'll be James Ambrosius in 14. Starting 22nd, we'll see Blake Murray on the outside of row 11 in 79. And starting inside, number 46 of Ryan Underwood. He'll start 21st.
Starting 20th in the 11 machine for Speed Inc. $1 Million Motorsports, that is Dustin Sizemore. It's his fault, ladies and gentlemen. In the 19 position, Jarrett Murphy in the 25. Big Murph.
Starting in row number 9 on the outside is Dylan Wilson in the 18th position. And starting in the 17th spot, we'll see Blake Brown in 30.
Drew Hopkins, the Rockcastle Rocket in the 157 machine for HRE Motorsports, rolls off 16th. Chris Fisher in the 48 rolls off 15th.
Row 7 on the outside, John Ruggiero Jr. in that Dirt on Dirt number 44 machine. So I'll start 14th. Starting 13th on the grid, Adam Elby in 74. He'll run in that 13th spot.
12th starting spot is Davin Cardwell in the 101 machine. I believe it's the 79 on the racetrack. To his inside, Dustin Hall in the 331.
Starting in row number 5 on the outside is Zach McSwain in 25. And starting in the 9th position, number 33, Victory Lane Racing's Evan C. He'll start 9th.
Twindale Speed Labs driver Blake Cannon rolls off 44 in the 44 machine and 8th. In 7th, the 112 of Victory Lane Racing's Devin Morgan.
Row 3 on the outside, Kevin Dedman, your points leader in the 0 machine. Starting 5th, we'll see Brandon Proudfoot in the 22.
It's Hayden Cardwell, your Grace Productions UMP Modified winner and second place finisher in the Next Level Designs Pro Late Models, rolling off 4th. Inside of him is Swindell Speed Labs driver in the 52, James Eden, representing California.
Front row, starting on the outside, starting second is going to be Kendall Tucker in 27. And your pole setter out of Canada, Alex Big Bucks Bergeron in 12. As we take a look, they are forming up the greatest side on auto racing coming down the front straightaway. It's the DirtFan.com Super Late Models coming at you 4 wide. Look at the flash bulbs going off in the grandstand.
Well, it's hard to see the front stretch grandstand flash bulbs because there's a roof on it. But as they come past the backstretch rowdies, as Mike Norris calls them, you see, oh, no flash bulbs. They're one flash bulb. They're over it on the backstretch. They're just ready for the show, and they're about to get it at Fairbury. 50 laps the distance, Brett, is that correct? 50 laps the distance for the DirtFan.com Super Late Model. Some of the best in the world are going to put on the whole damn show for you here at Fairbury. Strap in, tuck the kids in. It's time for the real show to begin.
Hey, you want to know a secret? Brett is officially wishing this was a 100-lapper. Dude, you need binoculars to sit on the front stretch. That is absolutely true here at Fairbury. As Brett hates 100-lap races, as do I. I'm not a 100-lapper fan. I like the short shootouts. Give me 30, 40, 50 laps. I love it.
Yeah, let the guys settle it quick. None of this drive around in circles for 45 minutes stuff. I'm with you with that. 50 laps is about the distance you need. 100 laps if you're putting a lot of money on it just to make sure you get the battle you pay for. But 50 laps the distance in this one. And you're going to see, again, some of the best drivers in the world take the green flag here in the World of Thunder iRacing League, only on Ultimate Dirt TV on Sunday nights.
50 laps the distance. We got the best of the best here in a super late model racing here on iRacing. It is the World of Thunder iRacing League, the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Division. Look at all those pro licenses here in this main event.
W for World Championship. Alex Bergeron, a sprint car and late model champion, leads us to the green flag. He is out in front of Kendall Tucker. James Edens to the inside. Hayden Cardwell back there in fourth. There's all kinds of stuff going on. This field is just a zoo as you get on back. But Bergeron out front, sliding up the racetrack in front of Tucker. The top three will go single file, I believe, except for James Edens. He's going to look to the inside. Cardwell running the turn down line to the inside of Tucker. He's going to try to get him. Can't do it, Chris.
Nope, cannot make that pass stick. Still Alex Bergeron out front. Tucker, Cardwell in that third spot. James Edens in the middle groove, running up there in that fourth position. Keeping my eye on Cardwell. He's had a great night going on right now. Finishing first, finishing second. Trying to get back up there in the top spot. Currently sits third. Devin Dedman drops a spot now as Devin Morgan moves to fifth.
You see Cardwell burn himself a couple times on the high line, getting up there into the wall. He talked about that in his interview for second place in the last race, where if you hit the wall just a little bit too hard and you turn the car up in, you're going to lose a lot of speed and maybe some positions. If the high side comes in the way it did in the last races, though, he's going to be real fast as this one wears on. Meanwhile, Alex Bergeron is making it stick to the cushion up front. Kendall Tucker following along closely in second.
Kendall Tucker in that second spot. That battle right there is for the third spot. As here they come down the the fourth position as Cardwell and Morgan duke it out. As you've got a whole gaggle back behind them. You see Cannon, Dedman, and Proudfoot all duking it out back there as well. You see Cannon back there in the 44 and Proudfoot duking it out back there as we are yellow. Caution is out here in this main event.
First caution of this A main. We're going to go to our... There is no replay on this one. We have been told from the truck. But we are under caution, so maybe just a single car incident, not worth the hoo-ha of a replay, says the truck, and I don't blame him. Producing these events is not easy, and guys like Brett who do such a great job. Brett, thank you back there in the trailer. It's incredibly difficult to do what you do, and we appreciate it. So as we are under yellow, yes, Chris.
I'm going to send out a big thank you to Kyle Zimmerman, sending us 25 stars. So a big thank you going out to Kyle Zimmerman, sending us 25 stars. Don't forget you can donate to the broadcast, Ultimate Dirt TV, sending us stars on Facebook. It's easy and it's cheap, and it helps out the broadcast. That's why we continue to bring you the best broadcast. We got you, the race fans, you, our fans, helps us out a ton.
All those stars are how we feed Brett. You know how much an Australian eats? It's a lot, I'll tell you that. They're ravenous. He says he's on a diet, but he said he lost 10.5 kilos. Chris, do you know what a kilo is?
Is that a cocaine reference?
Brett, you've lost 23 pounds? That's awesome. I wish you guys could hear Brett yelling at me from the production trailer. Honestly, having him in my ear is one of the highlights of these events. As we get ready to go back under green here in this one, Chris.
We learn a lot of four-letter words that we can't say on the air. I love it. It's awesome. It keeps us on our toes. That's the best part about it. How about this four-wide battle here for the third spot? Edens, Cannon, Morgan, and Cardwell back there as well, as Cardwell dropped a lot of spots.
Yeah, this is an absolute bedlam back here off these restarts, and these guys are all competing for the win. All these guys are fast. They all want to get there. They're all chasing Alex Bergeron, Mr. iRacing himself when it comes to dirt. Kendall Tucker, we've got another caution out here.
A debris caution is what we've got here as the iRacing pace truck rolls out here to pick up the field. So we're going to go caution one more time.
Uh-oh, we see some extracurriculars there between Morgan and Cannon, two drivers for rival teams. That can't be good. So we are again under caution in this one with 40 to go.
Some temper starting to flare here tonight here on Ultimate Dirt TV here at Fairbury. These quarter miles, they can bring up the tempers. So next week, though, we're going to open it up a bit. We're going to do the big half mile, Knoxville Raceway, Knoxville, Iowa. They're going to be able to open her up and let her eat.
I believe it was Eleanor Roosevelt who just said, give me speed. Hot, nasty American speed. And that's what we're going to give you next week from Knoxville. But right now, it's still bull ring. Side-by-side door banging here at Fairbury, and it's Alex Bergeron out front off the restart. He's running to the high side over Kendall Tucker. Tucker looks to the inside off of turn 2. He might have the run to make it stick as they head through 3 and 4, and he is side-by-side as they race to the start-finish line. We're back under yellow, so it doesn't really matter.
That's right. You see Tucker and Bergeron. And speaking of Tuckers, I want to thank Velvet Tucker, donating 200 stars here tonight. So, Velvet Tucker, big thank you for supporting the broadcast tonight. I bet you're cheering on Kendall Tucker. That's going to be my guess.
That seems like a safe bet. Shout out to.
See, look at us, Brett. We're getting you stars.
Yeah, if you just let me make my jokes about how we feed you. We're having a great time here in the World of Thunder. iRacing, DirtFan.com, Super Late Models. I'm not going to tell you what the truck just said to me because I'd like to come back next week.
He said you're a nice guy.
He said he hopes I have a wonderful evening, and I'll leave it at that. Alex Bergeron still in front here as we work under caution with 40 to go in this one from Fairbury American Legion Speedway. We've seen some great racing in very short bursts in this one.
Zach, I'll tell you what you did miss. If we can bring Brett on mic here for this one, officially on mic. Zach, you missed Racing After Dark after midnight. Brett, tell him what he missed.
Racing off the dock, anything happens.
Oh, if it's the
goes.
sprint cars, there's no rules in that series. I learned very quickly how that one works.
That was very, very fun. It was anything goes. It was R-rated. Who knows what could be said over the microphone at those different times.
Well, that's the last broadcast you should include me on. I've got a mouth like a sailor. I've disappointed my mother in public with my language a number of times. And I'll continue to do it as we get ready to go back to green here. It's Alex Bergeron in front of Kendall Tucker and James Eden's your top threes. We are single file for this restart. The pace truck still on the track and still keeping us under yellow. We are on board with Alex Bergeron.
Big Bucks Bergeron's what I call him because he pretty much does everything here in iRacing.
Yeah, if you're good enough to make iRacing your full-time job, you're doing something right when it comes to driving these race cars, and we are back underway here in this one.
On board with Kendall Tucker as he tries to lay chase to Alex Bergeron. Tucker's going to run the bottom of the racetrack. Bergeron is up top. As they almost ran side by side there down the front straightaway. James Eden's trying to poke his nose in as well. Take a look at the run down the field. Popping back up on the top left of your screen. See the three-wide battle between Cannon, Morgan, and Cardwell working out again.
James Eden's to the inside of Kendall Tucker. The two Swindell Speed Lab drivers are side by side, and the Edens might have this one. It might take him a second to get there. The inside is not it's not quite as quick about getting the job done as the outside. If you can whip around the cushion here, you're going to get stuff done. You saw Hayden Cardwell do it in the Pro Late Model race, but it's all Alex Bergeron out front, Chris.
Yeah, Bergeron's doing a good job of holding everybody off, but James Edens, he is not a slouch at iRacing at all. If you look up his credentials, you'll see he's one of the best in the business. James Edens sitting there in that second spot. Kendall Tucker in third, Devin Morgan fourth, Hayden Cardwell in that fifth position as Tucker makes contact with Edens. Good save by both cars. Caution's out.
We are under yellow, and I have to wonder if maybe Tucker threw Edens some quarter panel because he knew they were under caution already. Or he could see it unfolding behind him as we go to the Wicked Cushion instant replay.
Caution here. Cushion instant replay. Taking a look at Evan C. in the 33 and Hayden Cardwell in that K machine. Here comes Blake Cannon on the bottom of the racetrack. He gets into Evan C. And that looks like that might be what brings out the yellow. Indeed it does, as Proudfoot gets caught up in it as well. So see him. Proudfoot ends up upside down.
Yeah, this one carried on all the way down the back straightaway, Chris. And you've got to wonder if Race Control is making a note of Blake Cannon's name. He's been involved in a couple of incidents of maybe a little bit rougher than might be acceptable driving here in this one. As you see, it's still Alex Bergeron out front. James Edens now runs second over Kendall Tucker.
Yeah, that was a straight drop kick to Evan C. there coming into turn number one. That was no doubt about it there. That was a 2-foot drop kick right to the jaw. I will use any professional wrestling reference I can. Dang it.
I fully support that, Chris. Absolutely.
Oh, we used the browser refresh, but we didn't use the F. Yeah, with Brock Lesnar. I'm telling you, the F5. That's right. I forgot about it.
Bergeron out in front off the restart here as we are back under green. James Eden's trying to give him the business. Nothing doing up there. Kendall Tucker starting to look to the inside, or Kendall Tucker starting to see a challenge to the inside from Devin Morgan. Hayden Cardwell back up to fifth after dropping back after running up front early in this one. He and Zach McSwain are side by side. Slick Sim Sports drivers back there battling for fifth position. It's still Alex Bergeron out front, but he's got his hands full with James Edens.
possible good one brewing here up front. 33 laps remaining here in this one as James Edens tries to close in on Alex Bergeron. Bergeron's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack. It is Edens up top. He's got Kendall Tucker right there in his tire tracks as well. The top side. Zach McSwain now to the inside of Morgan. Got sideways. Cardwell nowhere to go. And here comes Kevin Dedman around. And we're yellow.
And we're back under yellow. McSwain, I can't tell you. I didn't see the rest of the field, so I don't know if there was an accident on back that was caused by what McSwain did. But it's possible that McSwain slowed down enough that he actually brought the yellow out. We'll have to see what race control does. He came to almost a complete stop over there before he got it corrected. So again, that'll be up to race control to see what they do with this one, unless there's another cause for a caution on back that we did not see. So that is what we're hearing from race control. That is just iRacing doing what iRacing does, and throwing a caution flag there for a vehicle sideways and slower than it should be during green flag racing action. McSwain not going to be penalized for that one.
Yeah, that's the good news for McSwain. He'll be able to keep his spot as he did keep going. He never stopped on the racetrack. So that's the kind of issue there when you have something happen there when they look out for your safety as you get sideways, but he never stopped. So.
Absolutely kept the vehicle under control. We are back under green here. It's still Alex Bergeron out front. James Edens starting to get a little more impulsive here. He's looking at the inside of Bergeron.
Out of turn number 3 and 4, it's going to be Alex Bergeron. Out of turn number 4, James Edens stuck to the inside, trying to make something happen here as we take a look out of Alex Bergeron's. Looks like the rear wheel well there. That's the left front, excuse me. That's the left front wheel well there. So you take a look at that thing moving back and forth, back and forth. Good camera angle here.
Absolutely. You can see in gorgeous high definition exactly how much work he's doing to keep this car moving around Fairbury. It's not as simple as just slinging it in and then riding it out like it is when the track is tacky earlier in the night. You've got to be sawing the wheel and working the throttle as this place starts to slick off. And you can see the top 3 all running 3 different lines. Edens had the lead for the moment there down the back straightaway, Chris.
Yeah, just for a split second he did. Down the back stretch. Here they come. Almost made some contact down the front straightaway. 27 laps remain here in this one. As Edens throws a slider. Here comes Alex Bergeron back to the inside. We have got an old-fashioned 3-way dance here for the top spot as they trade sliders out of turn 4.
Tucker on the bottom pretty consistently. Bergeron and Edens trade the middle and the high side as they cross each other over. It's going to be Bergeron out in front up high, and then you're going to see Edens go low. Tucker and Morgan back and forth run the high line. Edens by himself down low. He can't quite make it stick through 3 and 4. He's going to look again in 1 and 2.
And the back straightaway they go out of turn number 2. McSwain and Morgan touch coming down the back straightaway. McSwain's going to throw a slider on Devin Morgan. That's for the 4th spot. Bergeron still holds the lead over Edens and Tucker as we have 24 laps remaining here in this one here at Fairbury American Legion Speedway. If you're just joining us, you're watching NerdFan.com. Super late models here on Ultimate Nerd TV, the World of Thunder iRacing Series. 60 cars, full field again tonight. You are witnessing a classic up front right now.
Bergeron cuts down hard out of turn 2 across the nose of Edens. That's going to cause Edens to check up, and Bergeron will lengthen that lead back out just a little bit. Edens has his mirror full of Kendall Tucker in this one. Tucker to the high side. Edens still running the middle. He kind of throws a half-hearted slider, but it's not enough. It's not going to stick. The Swindell Speed Lab drivers trail Alex Bergeron. They're 2nd and 3rd.
Take a look out of the rear end of Alex Bergeron's machine here as he goes down the front straightaway. He's still got Edens and Tucker going at it behind him. See how close to the wall he gets. Wow, that's how close James Edens got there to his rear tail tank. As we roll out of turn number 4, you see the lap traffic ahead of your leader. That may come into effect here shortly.
Tough to say if it will or not at this point. Meanwhile, you see Edens throw another slider. They make a little contact. Tucker comes back into play. Tucker to the high side behind Bergeron. Edens is still looking low. Tucker may have 2nd here as they come off of turn 4.
Bergeron was like, you're going to slide job me, eh? Not going to happen as they roll out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway.
Said A because he's Canadian. Bergeron, Tucker, and Edens just throwing punches back and forth, left and right. What a 3-car battle we've got for the lead. They're all out by themselves, having this kind of 3-way dance. Tucker to the inside of Edens for 2nd.
Good move by Kendall Tucker, trying to throw it underneath James Edens. But while that's going on, that's allowing, caution's coming out here with 18 laps to go.
We are.
All right, we debris caution here as we're going to take a look and we're going to reset our lineup here. Man, we had a good one brewing there between Bergeron, Edens, and Tucker. More sliders than a White Castle here at Fairbury.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris. If anything, all this is going to do is just to give a couple more of these guys a chance to come up to the party here. I mean, you saw Edens, Tucker, and Bergeron go back and forth over the last few laps. Now you're going to bunch the field back up. You're going to bring Hayden Cardwell back into the mix. I mean, there's a whole bunch of guys that are about to get real involved in this one.
It's about to get exciting here. Once again, 18 laps left to go here at Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Our final short track race. We'll call it our final true short track race because we got Knoxville coming up, then we got Williams Grove, and then the dirt track at Charlotte to end out our season.
Two big flat tracks. Knoxville's a little more wide open than Williams Grove. Williams Grove, paperclip. And then Charlotte's a lot of fun. Should be a good last three races of the season as Bergeron leads the field back to green, Chris.
All right, lights out coming out of turn number 4. Nope, caution is still out. No, I thought we were going to go green there for a split second. So did everybody else.
Seemed like maybe a little bit of a slow call from race control to get the field back woed up. And now we're under green. Bergeron down to the U tire there in turn 4. He is going to lead again into turn 1. Everybody now kind of running the top. You see the cut down line coming into play a little bit. Eden's going to look maybe to the inside of Bergeron. Doesn't show him any right side, but here comes Hayden Cardwell, Kendall Tucker battling for third.
Bergeron able to hold on to the lead down the back straightaway into turn number 2. Eden still sits in that second spot. Kendall Tucker back there in third. Hayden Cardwell fourth. Devin Morgan sits back there in that 5th position. And we roll down the front straightaway, clicking off another lap. We have 16 remaining here at Fairbury.
16 to go at Fairbury, and all bets are off as far as what's going to happen in this one. Eden looks to the inside, could have a slide job incoming through 3 and 4. They are side by side. Bergeron crosses over. He's going to hold on to the lead, but just for a second, Edens is going to run the cut down. He may take it down the back straightaway. He does.
That's right. Put James Edens to the point now. We're yellow. That might send him back to second. So what a bad time for a caution for James Edens.
Oh, if you're James Edens, you're cursing like Brett in the production truck after that when you get clear of Bergeron for the lead off of 2, and then nothing. You're just stuck. You go back to second as we look at, there you see Proudfoot. He is going to get sideways there as the, oh no, he's going to collect another driver. Cuts down across Blake Cannon, it looks like. And Evan C. back there involved.
And there's the...
and Proudfoot.
Wow.
Proudfoot, oh no. He is hung up in the catch fence. That's why it catches. That almost went out of bounds, Chris. And I don't know if you know about dirt racing, but if it goes out of bounds, it's not coming back.
Saw the browser refresh card, the Brock Lesnar card down there as well.
Yeah, this was an absolute ride that Proudfoot goes on here. You see up the wall. And then here at Fairbury, the wall, it drops off and then it ends. And he is up in the catch fence. That's not the view you want to see out of the front of one of these, nor is that.
No, you don't want to see sky and you don't want to see grandstand. That's
yeah, unobstructed grandstand is not what you're looking for in a dirt late model.
He about landed in the horse track, that's right.
Nearly lands in the horse track. We have, I believe, 12 to go. Again, not great at math. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe 11 to go at this point. Alex Bergeron still leading. He's led, I believe, every lap. James Eden smelled the lead right before the caution came out, but dirt racing timing and scoring. We go back to the last completed lap, and that puts Bergeron back on the nose of the field.
All right, it's going to be a good one here. James Eden's had the lead there for a split second. Indeed, 12 laps remaining here in this main event here on a Sunday night. Once again, sprint cars are off tonight, so once again, the Lap Pedal Production sprint cars off tonight, not racing, so this will be the main event of the evening here on Ultimate Dirt TV, World of Thunder iRacing Series.
DirtFan.com Super Late Models, not disappointing. You got Ryan Underwood, who is charged through the field from the back. He's up to 11th, I believe, as the lineup cycles through. Great run for him into almost the top 10. We'll see if he can get there close to the end of this one. Meanwhile, out front, it's Alex Bergeron. He's up 12 spots to 9th. We are in an absolute battle here up front, though. Kendall Tucker gets around Edens off the restart. That could be important. Edens now dealing with Hayden Cardwell, Kevin Dedman, and Devin Morgan of VLR are back there as well.
Oh, contact Underwood.
Oh, no. Spoke too soon. The kid's sideways. And he's going to, looks like hold on to it, but just barely. That's going to slow him down a little bit, though. He drops back to 9th. Out front, though, here's Hayden Cardwell throwing a slide job on Edens, who's got the back around Kendall Tucker. Swindell Speed Labs doing battle with Swick Sim Sports. VLR in there, too, but it's all Alex Bergeron out front.
And Edens has got to be cussing that caution right now as Kendall Tucker now moves to the inside of James Edens. He's got to go and ruin here within the top 5 as Edens got back around him. Yellow, caution is out again.
Yeah, if anybody's cursing caution flags, it's James Edens, because now he went from the lead on a caution flag back to 3rd. He fought his way back up. As we look to the back of the field for this one, you see Bedlam back there. Who is it? Looks like Big Murph is going to be involved in this one. Oh, it's a zoo back there. Ambrosius goes around. He collects Murphy. Murphy's got to be upset. You see another car around up there in turn 3. This is a mess, Chris.
Yeah, this is what we call carnage up in turn number 1 and 2. As you saw Big Murph. Did he hit the tire? Boom. Oh, right there. Tire.
Yep. Blake Murray hits the tire and drives straight into Ambrosius. Ambrosius into Dustin Hall, and then Ambrosius collects Blake Cannon. And it's just a mess on back. You see right there in the middle of it, of course, is Dustin Sizemore.
Those Ute tires actually playing havoc with everybody tonight, it seems.
Yeah, credit again to the guy in the heat race that hit all 3 of them in one corner. That's impressive. But hitting one of them, you're not going to accomplish anything at all.
No, absolutely not. And like I said, we are going to have a shootout here for the win as you see the pace truck flying through the field. 9 laps remaining is what it looks like on the scoreboard.
Looks like Cardwell gave Bergeron a little nudge there as they were waiting for the pace truck to come around. And you got to wonder, playing a little mind games with him, you're not going to see Alex Bergeron make a lot of mistakes. So maybe you try to get in his head just a little bit as Bergeron out in front, and then it's Edens, Cardwell, Tucker, and Morgan, your top 5.
All right, Super Late Models, DirtFan.com, Super Late Models back underway here at Fairbury Revolution Speedway here with laps clicking down. 8 laps remaining.
8 to go in this one, and we are in for no doubt a barn burner of a finish back under yellow. We go to Ryan Underwood, who brings out the yellow flag. We'll have to get the Wicked Cushion instant replay here to see what happened.
Wow. Looks like he just got turned coming out to turn 4.
Yeah, it looks like Dustin Hall gives them some help around. Dedman, I think, thought he was going to hit the tire and may have checked up in front of Hopkins, and then as a result, no. Underwood. Yeah, Adam Elby gets into him. Just drives him on around.
Seeing those Ute tires, they're absolutely causing havoc tonight here in this. It's been all night, modifieds, Pro Late Models, and now in these Supers.
Yeah, nothing to mess with those tires. So Underwood goes to the rear of the field. We've got 7 to go. We are back underway. You see Edens and Bergeron make a little contact. Edens pulls even with him down the front straightaway. He's got the lead through turn 2. We are back under yellow.
What is going on here? We cannot stay green.
For the second time in 10 laps, James Edens is clear of Alex Bergeron, and a yellow comes out.
Tell you what, James Edens, I wonder what he's saying inside his helmet right now. I don't have enough bleeps to bleep it out, but
yeah, I don't think any of us are fast enough on the button to take care of that, unfortunately. But Bergeron's still out front. He's the benefactor of all these yellow flags. Those last 2 of the last 3, especially, where he had fallen to second. Edens, I think, is the fastest car on the racetrack. The question is, can he cross the finish line while he's proving it?
This is lap times right there. Dustin Hall, fastest car on the racetrack. It's the fastest lap of the race right there, 12.743. So that's the fastest lap of the race right there, set by Dustin Hall. And there's your last lap times. Alex Bergeron, 13.5 right there. Fastest time around. Back underway. Here we go.
That's a mess. What a terrible start by Bergeron. This is absolutely going to caution. I don't even know why we drove it into turn one like we were going anywhere. I don't know what happened, Chris. This is an absolute mess.
Yeah, that was not good, to put it lightly right there. So we are going to restack the field here and get him set back underway. I bet race control is not happy right now.
Yeah, I can't imagine that the conversation out of race control, Stephen McMillian, BJ Duvall, and a couple other guys that are adminning this race, I can't imagine anything pleasant coming out of that booth right now, Chris, at all.
No, definitely not. It's definitely not suitable for children, I'm sure.
Yeah, we are, regardless of where they finish, we are probably going to have to talk to these guys about that restart, try to figure out what happened as we get ready to go back under green, I believe, next time by.
James Edens has passed Alex Bergeron for the lead at least twice, and has had it drawn back at least twice with a caution. So we know he's got something for him, but does he have enough?
Yeah, he spent 46 laps being a bridesmaid, Chris. We're trying to see if he can put on the white dress and go to the big church and be the belle of the ball in this one. Alex Bergeron on the restart with 5 to go. He's out front. Edens loses a little bit of ground through 1 and 2.
It looks like Bergeron hit the gas a little earlier coming out of turn 3 than he did that last time around as we come down the front straightaway here. Laps clicking down. 4 remain here at Fairbury as James Edens pulls closer to Alex Bergeron.
Oh, we've got a battle shaping up. Edens throws a slider. He's had enough. Can't make it stick and brushes the wall. Bergeron going to cross him over. He's going to hold on. Cardwell back there on the outside of this battle looking in, but he's in third. He's got something for these guys. I bet if he's got anything to say about it as we come around to get 2 laps to go, Chris.
Cardwell got a little bobbly there off the wall coming out of turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps remaining here at Fairbury as they roll out of turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Well, James Edens throw a slider on Bergeron. He's going to bring Cardwell with him as well. Cardwell puts the right rear inside of Bergeron. Cardwell's going to go to the lead.
Cardwell with an absolute Fairbury move. Bergeron gives him the receipts. Bergeron gives him the receipts, and it's James Edens to the front. Tucker to his inside. He doesn't have enough time to get there. James Edens is going to win the DirtFan.com Super Late Models at Fairbury American Legion Speedway, and he owes probably a steak dinner to Alex Bergeron for it.
Nikes.
Chris, you said in the group chat that we weren't going to see a better race than the Pro Late Model one, and you were dead wrong. What a finish here in Fairbury.
I tell you what, I'm glad I was wrong on that one. What an absolute barn burner race right there. James Edens, after getting frustrated with some cautions, ends up on the podium in the number 1 spot. He's doing some donuts in the infield. Take a look at that. Edens, your winner. Tucker, second. Devin Morgan, third. And then it was Alex Bergeron coming home 4th. Kevin Dedman, 5th. Drew Hopkins, 6th. Hall, Hommerding, Brown, and Ambrosius rounds out the top 10. It was Dustin Sizemore, 11th. Chris Fisher, 12th. Hayden Cardwell ended up finishing 13th after that last lap incident. Ryan Underwood, 14th. Blake Murray, 15th. 1 lap down, Devin Cardwell in 16th. 7 laps down, Evan C. in 17th. Adam Elby in 18th. 7 laps down. 19th position, Jarrett Murphy, 8 laps down. 12 laps down in 20th, Dylan Wilson. Then it was Brandon Proudfoot, 21st. Zach McSwain, 22nd. John Ruggiero Jr., 23rd. And Blake Cannon comes home in the 24th position. We're going to head over to Discord for driver interviews here right now.
On behalf of the World Thunder iRacing League, Daniel Passmore, BJ Duvall, and myself, Stephen McMillan, we want to thank the people working the front lines to serve our hospitals, our grocery stores, gas stations, first responders, and military personnel. Remember, it will take every one of us to get through this pandemic. Continue practicing social distancing, and together we'll get through this. God bless each and every one of you. And we hope you will tune in every Sunday night for the DirtFan.com iRacing Series, live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
And welcome back to Fairbury American Legion Speedway World of Thunder iRacing League. And what an absolute wild, bonkers, crazy, insane. I've ran out of adjectives to describe the finish, but man, oh man. We're going to bring in our feature winner here to the podium. We don't have him yet. He is making his way. So we'll take second place, Kendall Tucker. Kendall Tucker here in the booth with us. Kendall, you watched all that happen in front of you, but what was going on up there between Bergeron and Cardwell?
It just looked like the 12 car just driving through everybody. That's the view that I got of it. So I guess he couldn't handle a double slider coming at him right there. So he tried to wreck Eden's off 4 and then pretty much straight lined Hayden into 1. So I hope y'all got a pretty good view of that on the broadcast, because I really can't believe he done that. But it was a good run overall. Just we had good speed early. It just kind of faded right there towards the end. But overall, we still had a good piece. So we'll take our second and hopefully have a good run tomorrow night.
Hey, luckily, you weren't involved in that skirmish there with 1 to go. You got out of it scot-free and up in the second place finish. You still got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we definitely had a card capable of winning the race. Just we just fell off on speed the last 10 or 15 laps right there. Just there was a lot of cautions right there, so I don't know if that had any effect on it or not. But Edens and Alex were racing pretty good right there for the lead once we had some green flag laps. Just I think we probably had about 15 cautions right there the last 10 or 15 laps. But I don't know. We'll take our second. I mean, we got good speed. We like what we got on the balance of the setup for this week. So we'll just hopefully try and build on it a little more, and we'll go into tomorrow.
All right. Who you got helping you out on this ride?
I just got to thank all my guys at Swindell Speed Lab and K1 Race Gear, Bell Helmet, South Bay Partners, HMS Motorsport, Racing Electronics, and Emma Performance. And thanks to all my family and friends for watching, and thanks to all the guys at World of Thunder for the league, and thanks to you and Brett for the broadcast. All
right, that is Kendall Tucker, second place tonight. Zach Newton is caught up with the Devin Morgan.
The Devin Morgan, the definite article definitely applies. You come home third in this one, the benefactor of chaos up front. Walk us through really the last 5 or 6 laps from that botched restart up through the finish.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Everyone didn't have their heads on tonight for whatever reason. Hopefully it clears up before tomorrow in the Pro Series. But it looked like they threw a double slider on Bergeron, and just kind of parked on his nose, and he went off into the next corner and full throttled Hayden. I feel like kind of deserved, to be honest. Just the way a lot of these guys race. About time someone did something and repaid it.
Yeah, you talk about the receipts. Fairbury kind of brings that out in people. It's a bull ring. It's hard nose. Very physical racetrack. Is this, you think, one of the most demanding physically racetracks to deal with here in iRacing?
Yeah, for sure, because you got to be able to wall ride. That's about all this racetrack is. We tried to get iRacing to move the tires down for tomorrow, and unfortunately, we didn't get a request. I feel like that would have made this track a whole lot better. Like Kokomo. Kokomo is one of the best tracks that we go to now, and it's really racy. But I think it's if they could have done that, I think it'd have been a lot better. But right now, it's just all around the top.
Who would you like to thank for powering you to third here this evening?
I got to thank my mom, my dad, BKPR, NPM Marketing, Wiley X Glasses, Old South Trailers. I got to thank Evan C. and everyone else at VLR. Barbara Ford. I got to thank World of Thunder for being on this series. Hopefully just keep getting some good runs throughout the rest of the year.
Kendall Tucker comes home, Devin Morgan comes home in third this evening. Chris Nunn is caught up with our race winner, James Edens.
And we are down here with James Edens, tonight's feature winner. First, before we start, talk about the win, you would take the lead, caution would come out. You would take the lead again, caution would come out. How frustrating is that as a driver?
Yeah, it can be very frustrating. We got him a couple times there and just weren't able to complete the lap. So it just gets more frustrating because the laps start to dwindle away. Every caution we lose a lap. So time was getting scarce. But, I knew we were a little bit better than him. I just had to, find the right time and make the right move and be there at the end.
And we got to talk about the craziness that happened with 2 to go, then the final lap between Cardwell and Bergeron there, them, throwing sliders on each other. Then I don't know what to say, Bergeron trucking or flat out yeeting Cardwell there. What was your view there?
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. That was pretty bad, but I was just glad to be able to sneak by it there and not get hooked in the right rear and end up part of it. So I think we had a good car all race, and we just waited for the right move and the right opportunity, and it it shows up again.
And what can you take from tonight going into the national race?
Just we had a good car. I was able to run the top and the middle early, and even work the bottom a little bit when it was there. So we'll just kind of carry the momentum into tomorrow, and hopefully we can get a good run there.
You got to give thanks to who's helping you out.
I got to thank all the Speed Lab guys. All our sponsors: K1 Race Gear, Bell Helmets, South Bay Partners, Racing Electronics, HMS Motorsport, and just a shout out to the Slick guys. We did some work this week with them because a lot of their guys were out of town. So we got a pretty good piece under us, and hopefully we can get a good result.
All right, there he is, winner of tonight's wild main event here at Fairbury American Legion Speedway, James Edens. Man, Zach, I tell you what an absolute wild race. I was wrong. I said it in the group chat. I don't think we're going to see a better feature, but man, I was glad to be wrong on that one.
Hashtag falls, baby. It'll get you every time. Just when you think you've seen it all here, the pro guys show up and put on one hell of a show. I don't know what else to say. I'm exhausted. That's the only way I can describe it. What a finish. Congratulations again to James Edens picking up the win. All the guys in the top 5. I'm sure the conversation in race control after this one was not pleasant.
I can almost guarantee it. But that's going to do it here for us tonight. Once again, the Lab Pedal Production Sprint Car is off tonight. They'll be back next week at Knoxville Raceway. And that's where we'll be next Sunday here at the World of Thunder iRacing League, the Big Half Mile, Knoxville, Iowa. For Zach Newton, for our producer Brett Wheeler, and everybody here at World of Thunder iRacing League and Ultimate Dirt TV, my name's Chris Nunn. Thanks for joining us. Zach, we'll see you later.
See you later, man. Have a good one. Be safe, everybody.